Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boxing Unlimited here once again, and we're going to be talking about the fight in the heavyweight division. Is the IBF um, final mandatory eliminator between Agit Kabayel and Martin Bakole. Well, how do we start? I will say these two boxers have got momentum going on their favor at the moment. They're flying up in the sky with wins and wins, knockout wins coming up for them. Agit Kabayel had two fights and two knockouts, and this period in this Riyadh season, and Martin Bakole dissenting, two fights, two knockouts, two wins. Who is going to be breached? Agit Kabayel is 25-0. It's not been breached. But Bakole has been breached once by Hunter, who was a technical knockout. He had an injury in his shoulder. And in that fight, if you watch the fight and watch the corner, he wanted to retire before some few rounds before the end of the fight. But his coach actually pushed him on, and at the end of the day was still stopped by Hunter. So there is a footprint on how to beat him. Can Kabayel use that system? We're going to tell you that in no particular order in a minute. You see, Kabayel, let's start with Kabayel here. Kabayel is arguably the best body puncher in the heavyweight division. We saw what he done to Frank Sanchez, the Christian fly, and then we saw his two knockouts were body punches. He stopped them with body punches. Once he gets on the inside at 6'3", he's a solid, he's got a punch, one to the solar plexus, the other one to the liver, constant, and he will stand there all day. So Martin Bakole has to pay attention to that, because I've never seen anybody. He has a good chin, no doubt about that, Martin Bakole. And we're not going to take that away from him. He's got, and he's got punches. He's got venom in his both hands, and he can knock you out. He throws a lot of punches as well. But in this fight, he has to pay attention to the body punches, because you can't defend the body punches. And when he comes, it's too painful, especially when he gets to the liver or the solar plexus. If he hits you there, it's so painful that in 10 seconds, you cannot get up from it. Even if you do, no, you'll be bending all over. It's so, the pain is excruciating, it's devastating, And what it does to you is, take the wind out of you, break your rhythm. You cannot be focused again to fight the way you used to. So Martin Bakole has to be very attentive. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Agit Kabayel has to be very dangerous, because the punches, if he stands in front of Bakole and tries to throw, we saw what happened to Anderson the other day, and he has to avoid being caught early in the fight. If you catch when you're still not warmed up, when you're still cold, it affects your system. We saw it happen to Joshua. He never recovered. We've seen it happen to a lot of boxers. So you have to be between the first two rounds before you get warmed up proper. You need your movement. You need everything, And the punches coming from Martin Bakole are devastating, We saw what he did, and concussive. We saw what he did to Anderson. So Agit Kabayel has to be aware of that and be, and avoid it for him to win. Having said that, I will have to be honest with you. Martin Bakole is a monster puncher with both hands. He could fight, he could walk you down. The most important thing for Kabayel, if he wants to have a chance to win in this fight, he has to go on the front foot. Make Bakole fight on the back foot. The same thing to Bakole as well. Once I'm talking about in no particular order, the two boxers, what they're gonna do to win the fight. Both they have ascendancy at the moment. They got momentum, flowing. But the most important thing is who can on the day, because you never know what is gonna happen in a boxing fight. Who is on the day gonna face adversity and adapt, So that is what we're saying. That is the main thing. And how do they do that? And how do they fight on the day? Martin Bakole, we know him. He's a mountain, a big guy. a powerful guy with rockets from both hands. He can knock you out, and he throws a lot of punches. That's the most important thing. He comes in from all angles. He throws body punches and the uppercuts. This is a guy who is come up to claim that he knocked Debua out in training. He knocked Usyk out in the training. And none of them has questioned it. None of them made any statement. So there must be something in that what he's saying. So for Kabayel to fight him, he has to be very careful. This is a very important fight for him. Whoever wins this one will have a mandatory, is going to be the IBF mandatory to Debua, because all the while, Martin Bakole said he's been avoided, he's been dodged, he even had in mind to fight the guy, the big boy, the big giant from China, Zhang, but something good came for him. IBF ordered the final elimination for this title, for Debua's title, and he has to. This is what he's been craving for and wishing for a very long time. But in his way, he's a 25-0 puncher who is on the ascendancy here. He's got momentum as well, so it's not going to be easy for them. For me, if Agit fights his fight with the body punches and attacks the body consistently and constantly, as he does, as he did against Franchise and Bakole Beef, it's going to be an upset. But whether Martin Bakole will allow him to get in like that and hit his body that much is another thing, because he's got uppercuts, in line, because Martin Bakole is taller and Kabayel is a shorter guy in this fight, and he's going to come from the inside to win. If he wants to win, he must go on the inside and push Martin back and make him uncomfortable, take the sting out of the punches he throws, and do some other necessary things, that he normally does in a fight. If he fights his way, the way he fights Franchise, will repeat it again, he wins this fight as an upset. So Martin Bakole, I know he's confident at the moment. Agit Kabayel is confident too, because the people he's beating, the people he's knocked out, 2 people he knocked out are on the top 10, in the red ranking, position. So he's very confident. He would say I've beaten better people than Martin Bakole, and they have not had a breach. So, he's undefeated. So a lot of things can happen in this fight. We'll call this fight, and we say the fight is going to be bloody anyway. It's going to be a proper fight, no doubt about that. And we think whoever comes from the front foot and imposes himself on the style of the other, or takes the sting after the punches and imposes his style on the other person, who wins this fight. And who has the heart to do that? It's a very difficult task, We'll have to wait until another time towards the fight to tell you who is going to win, because it's too close to call. Both boxers are warriors, no doubt about that. And they possess all the power and the style and ability to beat each other. Who is going to take the date? We were siding towards somebody, but we're not going to say that for now. When we meet again, we'll talk. Please do subscribe to our channel to help the channel grow, and make your comments known to us. We don't mind whatever you say. And also like as well, Do have a nice day, and God bless,